Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of The Man Track.
It's a commentary on Christian life and culture from a pastor's wife and her sidekick.
That's me.
I'm your favorite host, Sara Mantrack.
And I'm that other one, JJ Mantrack. Hey, we did it. We did that without our little paper. No script. We've memorized it, and you know why? Because today is the 25th episode of The Man Track.
It's impressive.
It is though. Like for something that was like, let's do one episode and see if it's fun. And we did one and it was fun, so we made a second one, and that one was fun too.
And
so
it's just kind of become a habit.
Yeah. I've been having fun. This is a great podcast. Although I do want to I feel like we have stayed true to our goals, which is that there are no goals, and we have no point, no purpose. We are just here to have a good time, and that's been really great. I love that about this little goofy podcast. All right, you ready to approach the news desk?
Sure.
All right, let's do this.
All right, you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right, so this article, it says there was an extremely aggressive escaped rodeo bull that remains at large in North Carolina.
It's still, they can't find it?
This article is from, what day is it today? 2 days ago.
Wow.
And it says an escaped rodeo bull described as dangerous and extremely aggressive remained at large on Saturday in North Carolina as officials searched for the 700-pound animal.
How do you lose a bull?
It escaped from a stockyard about 50 miles east of Charlotte. It's extremely aggressive. Please call 911 immediately. Don't approach it. He will chase you.
Wow, so this is like a big deal.
It broke through the wall of the stockyard and escaped on Wednesday.
Wow.
And as of Saturday, was still not found.
That's insane.
They brought cowboys from... This just sounds like a movie. They brought cowboys from out of town to try and track the bull down.
Billy Crystal.
The professionals had dogs trained to track cattle, but there was no reported signs of the bull.
Wow. A bull broke loose. That's a story in and of itself. Like, a bull busted loose, but how do you lose it? Like, they're not small. They're not sneaky. They're not, Wow. I bet it's sitting under the cork tree smelling its favorite flowers.
Oh my God. Said it was extremely aggressive.
Asher liked that reference. Yeah, he was into that.
Yeah, I found that to
good.
be incredibly weird.
Yeah, bizarre.
Yeah.
All right, so for my first news story, and I do have two tonight, Arthur the Aardvark returns with a new podcast.
Like the PBS series Arthur?
The PBS series Arthur. It has a podcast now. First off, I didn't realize this. So Arthur was a staple in my childhood. We would watch it regularly. It was on all the time.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful kind of day, right?
Yeah.
Be alone with each other or something like that. It was such a fun
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
It was such a good show.
I loved Arthur.
So I grew up and stopped watching Arthur and graduated high school and went off to college. They kept making Arthur.
Really?
It just stopped.
Whoa. I watched that show in the 90s.
It spanned 25 seasons and is considered the longest running kids animated series in history.
I loved watching Arthur.
I have no idea what it's been up to the last 15 years. I just stopped watching.
You stopped watching it in your 20s? I think I stopped watching it when I was in high school.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wasn't watching it in high school, but it's on TV.
It was a classic. It was
little brother or sister
Wishbone,
would watch
watch
I
Arthur.
remember Wishbone.
Yes, I do.
TV was just better in the 90s. I'm just gonna say it.
Aside from the commercials, TV was better in the 90s.
Everything was better. So the PBS TV show Arthur may have ended, but the Aardvark has more to say. That's why later this month, the beloved cartoon character is launching the Arthur podcast.
Wow.
So we should just give up, right? I mean, there's no...
I know. How do we
one's gonna
compete with
listen to
that?
this, right? The show will revisit tales from former TV series as well as narrate new stories about school, friendship, and family. They're dropping 8 episodes on October 20th, so it's coming up.
Oh, okay.
The show can be found on the PBS Kids video app, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other streaming platforms.
Wow.
That's
cool, but wow.
Yeah, Arthur spanned 25 seasons, aired in 80 countries, won 7 Emmys, and a Peabody. and their books have inspired. They've sold over 65 million books connected to.
I used to love reading the Arthur books when I was a kid, and I remember until I had read one of the one of the original Arthur books, one of the first ones, when he actually looks like different. An aardvark.
Yeah, his nose.
Because I remember when I learned, oh my gosh, Arthur's supposed to be an aardvark.
Yeah,
nobody knew that until you looked back and went, oh my gosh. In the book series, he actually looked like an aardvark. The TV series, he looks like a bear.
Yeah, he's just got a face, like a
round face,
oval face.
And I just remember thinking, wow, but Arthur, 25 seasons. Yep. Go PBS. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that was some quality television right there.
Okay, but a little bit, reading this makes me want to go back because the TV series finale depicts Arthur and his friends as adults.
What?
But the cast appears to be back at their younger selves for the podcast. So they finish the show and they fast forward to adulthood.
It's like a Boy Meets World kind of thing.
I know. I'm like...
So good!
But a little bit I haven't watched it in 15, 20 years. And it's I was watching...
20 years of TV to catch up on.
Well, and what did they do to the show in that time?
That's true.
Was it still awesome?
Wholesome?
It still seems pretty solid and wholesome, even the updated. The joke that they made, though, because the final piece is that it's all very familiar. The video for the podcast, Arthur is wearing his signature mustard yellow sweater with round frames. Sister DW is baiting for his attention, and his headphones are once again not worn on his actual ears.
Of course.
Because that was always the thing.
That always frustrated the heck out of me.
Because he's got ears that are poking up the top of his head.
Oh, yeah. That's a long time ago. But that's cool. That's cool.
Arthur the Aardvark returns with a new podcast.
I'd check it out.
Everybody's got a podcast now. I would check it out. I'm excited. October 20th, the first 8 episodes will drop.
Wow. So are they short episodes, snippets for kids, or?
I don't know. I think they are. It does kind of look like they're aiming
kids.
This at kids because they're telling stories about childhood and friendship and stuff.
Lost wedding ring found in brush pile after Hurricane Ian.
Whoa, seriously?
Mm-hmm. So in Fort Myers, Florida, a woman named Ashley Garner lost her wedding ring outside her home just before Hurricane Ian hit the coast of Florida. She said that she and her husband and her 3 kids searched around the yard and the garage for 2 days after she realized she had lost it, but they couldn't find the ring. It was nowhere to be found.
Well, yeah, it's gone.
She was
forever.
I accepted it was gone. It's just a thing, so I just let it go.
Yeah.
We knew the hurricane was coming, so we were there's no chance we're gonna find this ring at all now. Even though their area didn't get hit really badly by the hurricane, it was enough to create a lot of brush, and there was a lot of down leaves and stuff. So she was we stayed home, stayed safe inside during the storm, but then after it passed, we went outside to clean up because there was a lot of down branches in our yard.
Sure.
She was we were outside about 10 minutes, and my husband was cleaning up the trees next to the garage door, and there's a pile of brush and leaves. He moves over a pile, and my wedding ring was in the pile of leaves. So anyways, she says that she couldn't believe it, but they found the ring in the pile of leaves just randomly, and there's a picture of her ring just sitting there on top of a pile of leaves in the branches.
Oh my gosh, how did it stay there the whole hurricane?
I don't know. I'm impressed that it didn't get swept away with rainwater or anything, just turned up. And it's funny that they searched for it for 2 days, couldn't find anything, and then the storm comes through, and then he moves a pile of leaves, and oh look, there's the ring. That's very convenient. But I just thought that was so crazy.
As someone who has
I was gonna
risk of losing his ring.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe you should go down to Florida and live through hurricane, and maybe then your ring I'm surprised your ring hasn't gotten lost.
We've been married 10, 11 years now, right? And this ring is my original ring. I'm holding it right now.
Yeah. The inside inscription is worn off, but it's still your original ring.
Well, and I play with it constantly, and I have dropped this ring in every vehicle I've ever been in. I drop it while I'm driving.
You have dropped it multiple times while in the car together over the past couple of weekends.
Yep, I'm saying. I remember when we lived in Chicago, I dropped my ring on the L train, and I chased it down the train. It was going under people's legs, and I was like, move, I need my ring. And I have chased it down, but I have never lost it. I've dropped it over and over. So me and these people, we got that same kind of ring luck. Right?
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, I love it. Good for them, though. Glad they found it. All right, my story. This is the craziest thing, and I'm so excited to share this with you. It's not a world record thing, but it's got that vibe. Catalans compete to build the biggest human towers in Spain. There is a competition in Spain where they build the biggest human towers.
How big have they gotten them?
43 feet.
Whoa.
So it's like human pyramid, right? Where you build, right? But they build them as towers. And so here's what's crazy. So it's Spain's biggest human tower competition. It took place on Sunday this past week, just a few days ago, with some 11,000 spectators packing a bull ring in the northeastern city of Tarragona to watch the daring Catalan tradition. Now, this is not a world record type thing. This is something they do all the time. Human towers, or castells, were added to UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2010 as an integral part of Catalan cultural identity.
Wow.
This is like what they're known for. Oh yeah, those are the guys who
build
make human
towers. That's crazy.
Guess how long they've been doing this?
50 years.
300 years. It goes back to the 18th century when people first started building human towers in the Catalan town of Valls.
Whoa.
This is just like I don't know. The two things I know about Spain is that they do the running of the bulls, and now I know that they build human
towers. That's crazy.
An event held in Tarragona every 2 years. So every other year they do this. Teams of castellers compete to construct the highest and most complicated tower by standing on each other's shoulders.
Wow.
A team from Villafranca beat 40 other groups to take the top spot and scoop the €16,000 or $15,675 prize at the competition.
It's a pretty hefty prize.
Yeah, 15 grand. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people involved, so you split it up. But takes place every 2 years. Wow. Their tower reached 10 tiers high, or 43 feet. So 43 feet is 10 layers of people.
I'm just like... I feel like I gotta see pictures.
There's video. It's nuts. It's a combination of height and skill, including a safe dismount. That's what gave them the most. There's like points for creative.
Has anybody ever like broken series?
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. So the youngest and most nimble team players who wear protective helmets, children, are the top tier.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They send kids all the way up to the top. They're little, scrambling up the backs and shoulders of their teammates to the top. Without kids, there would be no castells. Sports psychologist Annie Jordan, 30.
Sports psychologist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Head of the children's squad told Reuters, they are boys and girls who have to go up to the top. They have to coordinate. It's an essential part.
Essential, yes. Essential. Truly essential.
So the nail-biting competition saw some towers precariously wobble before crumbling, its members falling onto those below.
Oh my gosh.
Organizers said 71 people have received medical attention while 13 were actually taken to the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
This is like, people get hurt.
Like, it seems like, oh, it's no big deal. We're not playing with fire or knives or anything, but oh my gosh, you could fall and break your femur. Like, that's terrifying.
We train twice a week normally, but it's a social activity that goes beyond making castells and training, said computer programmer Juan Manuel Rodriguez, which is like the most Spanish name ever. Juan Manuel Rodriguez, 39, who has been on his Tarragona team for 13 years.
Wow.
The first castells competition in that bull ring took place in the 1930s, and they have been held every other year since 1970. Wow. So it's an ancient tradition going back hundreds of years.
Wow, that's
They've become more organized. How do I not know this about Spanish culture? I've never heard that before,
ever. I know, I feel so uninformed, uncultured.
I know almost nothing about Spanish culture, and I love Spanish culture. Like, everything I've ever learned, I've been like, oh, I just want to go there and live there and soak up their amazing culture. But maybe I don't want to do this. I'd watch. I'll be one of those 11,000 spectators.
You don't want to go and participate in the human tower and potentially
break an arm. 10 people on my shoulders. 10 layers. 43 feet.
How strong do you have to be?
I cannot imagine what those people on the bottom looked like. Like, they're just got to be the thickest, sturdiest people ever.
Like, I'm scared for their health. Like, how do you have to stand? How do you have to train?
There must be. There's some really cool. What's interesting to me is that it's not human tower style where they do a pyramid.
Yeah.
They are like cone shape
Yeah.
or cylindrical. You know, it's like 4 people or 3 people to a layer, and they stand.
I feel like, how do you do that? Wow, there has to be a way that you have to be able to stand for like physiology to not like. Oh, just wow.
I wonder if they like lock their knees or something, because I mean, if you bend your knees, you're basically like bench pressing.
You're compromising
1,000 pounds on your legs. Not bench pressing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like doing a squat with weights.
Oh my gosh, it's just bonkers. And there's really fascinating like videos and pictures. I'll share those because those are so funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I've never heard of this, but I'm gonna look it up now.
Catalan in Villafranca.
Wow.
Yeah, and they do this every 2 years. It's so prominent that the human towers are an integral part of their cultural identity, added to the list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Like that's it's not essential. Just like casual. Oh, that story! I just thought that was fascinating. As soon as I saw that story, I was like, "Yep, that's the one." Got to tell you about that. That
is crazy and cool.
Very
really
cool.
Interesting to learn.
All right, so are you ready for sponsors of your life?
Yeah, I am.
Woohoo!
So I want to say shout out to just general sponsor of my life this week. It's just a really super general and generic sourdough bread and sourdough in general, because I made a lot of stuff with sourdough lately. Mostly discard. I made crackers last week, and I made waffles tonight with the boys, and a lot of bread and biscuits and all the good stuff. So just in general, it's really been keeping me going.
Well, and sourdough, like, this is a whole new world to me. I'd never heard of any of this until you were like, well, I'm introducing a new life form into our house.
A new life form. Yeah, actually it was funny because the other day Ezra was walking around the house and he had like a cloth on his head and he was like, I'm feeding my sourdough starter and now I'm covering it up. And I was like, that's what we're playing
so
here?
He put a towel on his head and was pretending that he was like proving.
Because you know when you put your sourdough starter after you feed it, you got to cover it up with a tea towel or whatever and make sure it doesn't get dried out. So yeah, that was my kid. But just honestly, I've made so much with stuff lately, and you know, everything being what it is right now is just, it's kind of nice to have something that I'm like, okay, I can do this. We can.
Well, it's fun, and it's very cool. You feed your sourdough. It's like a pet. It really is like another pet in this house. You feed it every night. You take care of it. You got to keep it in the right temperature. You've brought it back. You've like nursed it back to life.
Oh yeah, after I killed it by accidentally baking it.
Yeah, you know, and it's like taking care of a needy plant. You know, like I don't know. I'm impressed. And I have been enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good food.
We've had some fantastic, like those. Man, some really good stuff. That's a cool one. Let's see. Sponsor of my life. You know, we did, so this is kind of a strange thing, but at the church, we did a Blessing of the Animals service, which I think is something I might have turned my nose up at, like when I was in seminary, but it was really life-giving. You know, we did it. We advertised it. This woman from our church, Charles, she organized it. She reached out to some local places and got people to donate. She got some vet places to donate treats, and so they brought those out. Yeah, and then she had like a couple of tables with cookies out for the humans and treats for the dogs, and we just gathered around and we did a prayer. There's actually an official United Methodist Church's litany, like liturgy for a Blessing of the Animals, and it's a prayer that follows all the animals that are used in God's story in the Bible, and then we just went around and prayed and thanked God for each animal and asked God to bless the animal, and it was really nice. It was really sweet.
That's
and
cool.
All the animals got to kind of meet each other, and there was a bunch of people there, and it was a perfect day for it. Sunday afternoon was like sunny, and I don't know. So that was sponsoring my life this week. Our Blessing of the Animals service. Totally random, a little bit quirky, but just awesome. We really liked it.
That's really cool. Yeah. That was a fun thing.
All right. So for this next segment, I neglected to come up with a clever title for it.
Oh, really? Nothing punny or anything this time around?
No. But for our 25th episode, I thought it would be fun to do 25 questions, kind of like Newlywed Style. Do you remember that old game? Is that what it was called? The dating game or the Newlywed game or something? Where there are questions and you answer for your spouse, and we have to guess what the other person did. So I printed these surveys with 25 questions, and we'll just kind of go through them and see how well we know each other, or something like that.
Or something like that.
Yeah, all right. So question number 1. If your spouse could have any job, in parentheses, and money was not an issue, what would they do?
Okay, so I think that you would just be a podcast host. You spend a lot of time doing podcasting stuff.
This is what I would do forever. If money was no object, I would just podcast all the time. I like that. I put pastor because honestly, I love my job.
It's true, you do love.
This is what I would do forever. If money was no object, I would still be doing the same gig. So I said that if you could have any job and money wasn't an issue, you would be an interior decorator.
Oh,
I feel like you would love.
I like that. That would be really fun. You've said that before.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
You have that like. It's the word is not fashion, right? It's not a fashion sense when you know how to decorate. Fashion is clothing, right? What's it called when you have style? You have I don't know how to describe that, but you have the ability to make a room look good.
I own a vacuum.
Yep, that's what I meant.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's interesting. I said I might be a writer if I.
Oh yes, that fits. That totally.
But
fits.
interior designer sounds fun too.
Yeah. All right. What color does your spouse think looks best on you?
Okay, I think red looks good on you.
Really? Red?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll wear more red now. I thought you were going to say like neutral colors.
I do. I like neutral colors. I prefer neutral colors, but I think it looks good on. I think red looks good on you. And I know that you like red, so.
That's so weird, because guess what I said for you?
Neutral colors?
No, I said that I think that you look best in red.
Really?
Yeah, I think the same thing.
Oh my gosh, that's really weird.
That's so crazy.
I don't know that I ever wear red.
What do you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say neutrals.
We got it reversed. We gave the exact wrong answers.
That's so interesting. That's don't think I ever wear red.
No, but when you do, I think you look really good with red.
I think I wore red one time, and my sister asked me if I was feeling okay. She's like, "Sorry, you're wearing red.
Is red
really
a sign
okay?
of distress?
Why are you wearing red? Are you feeling okay?"
All right, the next question, number 3. Who snores the most?
Oh, I totally snore the most.
No, I put me.
Really? I thought you would say that I snored the most.
I think
you make a lot of comments about it, but although you snore, but you have been talking in your sleep so much
there you
more.
go. I talk in my sleep. I don't snore as much as I just talk.
Yeah,
that does not sound fun to sleep next to. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I sleep next to a baby who like keeps me awake all the time, so
you know,
it's not
a polite way to talk about your husband.
I know. You're such a baby.
All right, so who was the first person you told about your engagement?
Well, so the fact that no one was answering their phone at the
I
time
love that
we got
story
engaged
so much.
is, but I texted my sister. She was the first person I told.
That was my guess, was that Katie was the first one. Because what listeners, the rest of that story is that we got engaged, and I had planned a surprise engagement party immediately following.
I was unaware.
Yeah, and so we proposed.
I was mad that no one would answer their phone.
And we were downtown, and as we're driving to the surprise party, you were getting so frustrated. You're sitting next to me, and you're calling and texting. You're like, "What's going on? No one's answering their phone. I want to tell them." And I was like, "It's because they're all waiting for us back at their house, and they're gonna surprise us." It was so funny. That was a really funny night.
Yeah, I said you told your brother first.
Yep. Ben knew about it because I crashed at his apartment because I came up to Grand Rapids secretly to look at rings. So he knew about it because I needed his help in coordinating because I was living in Chicago and we were long distance during our engagement. Yeah. So, all right. So, which one of your spouse's housekeeping habits drives you the most crazy?
So I'm answering what annoys me about you.
Yeah. Which of your spouse's housekeeping habits?
Housekeeping or lack thereof. When you throw your dirty laundry right next to the laundry basket on the floor.
Boom. That's what I said. Boom. I wrote that.
So if you know it's a problem, why are we not fixing it? You're like, I know what drives me nuts, but I'm going to keep doing it. You could have fixed it.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. Mine is the earrings. And I don't even know if you know this annoys me, but you take your earrings off and leave them everywhere. There's earrings all over our house.
I do know that. I do that, actually. You yell at me all the time. You're like, I don't know, it's mom's earring. Where's the other one? Did the baby swallow it?
It always freaks me out because they're pointy and they're all over.
Actually, I always, do you notice too, I always leave them right where you sit.
They're right next to me.
They're always right there. I left them right there by your chair. I thought you would say that the dishes, the way I do, I do not do the dishes.
No, I don't mind the dishes.
Okay, that's good.
We're both like equally bad at dishes. All right, so what is question number 6? What is the one thing your spouse cannot live without?
Your earbuds.
Oh, you're right.
Because you will drive home to turn around and say, where are my earbuds? I think I left them here.
I can't. Now
Either
that
or sunglasses.
Hey, those are sponsor of my life was my earbuds because truly they are fantastic. I wrote coffee for myself. Because that would be hard to live without.
Yeah, I could see you saying that.
But yes, earbuds are equally. So I said for you, I said quiet time.
Yeah, quiet time. I agree. That's why I get up so freaking early.
Yeah, like you
having that 5 to 5:45, 6 o'clock time is really helpful.
I think you've got that like introvert, internal processing thing, and you. Not, the word's not regenerate. What am I thinking of? Like you revitalize, you refresh yourself with alone time and quiet time.
I think it more than that, though. I think it's just having time to like collect my thoughts and being able to organize my ideas for the day. I am very much a morning person.
Yep. And
so being able to have time in the morning to do that, because I said what could I not live without? But it's like my planning time.
Oh yeah,
which is the same
pretty
thing.
much the
so
same
like
thing. Yeah,
that time in the morning, I really do.
You need that. Yep. All right. Question number 7. What movie title best describes your marriage? Would you put
A League of Their Own?
Yes. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's so much better.
What did you say?
I said Love Actually.
So dumb. I thought you would say Braveheart.
Yes. Oh, I like that better. We're so brave.
Asher's looking at you and he's really giving you some judgy side eye right now.
He's like, what on earth are you doing, Dad? Yeah. Oh, what is that? All right. Question number 8. What is your spouse's favorite holiday?
I say Christmas.
Me too.
Yeah, I put it for both of us. I said we both would say Christmas.
All right. If your house was on fire, question number 9. If your house was on fire, what is the one thing your spouse would grab before leaving the house?
I said computer. You would grab the computer.
Accurate. I put phone for myself, which is kind of like a computer for my pocket.
That's weird because I said I would grab the pets.
Oh, that's better. I put
assuming kids are
safe. And that's what I put. I put kids for
I was
you.
assuming
You would grab
all
the kids.
like human life forms were accounted
safe.
for. Then I said,
pets
then
are
we would,
next.
Yeah.
I'd probably grab the computer first.
Priorities.
I'm a bad pet owner. All right. What is the first thing your spouse would buy if they won the lottery? Question 10.
I said car.
That's the first thing you would buy?
I said that's the first thing you would buy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have this whole plan, like we're gonna pay off our student loans, or I was thinking of like, because this says buy. We've had a lot of discussion about how we would like donate or how we would like start a nonprofit or stuff. But if like
every
won
time
the lottery,
we do the what
this
would you do
says buy. So I was
conversation.
thinking, so this is like a selfish
Gotta be a
purchase.
thing. Yep.
So we really need a car. So I said car.
All right. For you, I said a farm. First thing you would do if you had the lottery, you'd buy a farm.
If I had a lot of money, I would love several acres, and we'll start investing in livestock.
Yep. All right. So, question number 11. What is your spouse's favorite TV
West
show?
Wing.
Oh my gosh, you are brilliant. That's exactly what I wrote down for myself.
Of course. You talk about it so much.
I'm so proud of you for thinking of that. I haven't watched that in a long time.
I hope you remembered my favorite TV show.
Uh-oh. Now I'm in trouble because I just put The Office.
JJ, I had Boy Meets World.
That is accurate. Oh, that's a misfire on my part.
You really missed.
You love Boy Meets World.
I do.
Which I love it as well. I've watched it with you, and that's fantastic. However, you have not watched The West Wing with me.
That's true. Because you made me watch so many movies and TV shows with you while we were dating, and I said
I used up all my.
And 24, the best show in the world is 24. I love 24.
I do love 24.
So I can't.
No, but The West Wing is hands down my favorite TV show. All right, so favorite TV show, West Wing. I'm so excited that you got that right, and so embarrassed that I got it wrong.
Oh no. That's not
Question number 12. Which room in your house would your spouse most like to remodel?
You want to remodel the basement, so that's more than just a room.
Oh, I was not thinking of that. Yeah, I was thinking this room. I want to remodel this room to make it soundproof and turn it into stuff. The office.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking you want to... Well, I wrote every room or the living room. That's the one you would most like.
It would, yeah, that would be nice. I actually said kitchen because the kitchen
want to remodel the kitchen?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 13. Who would you cast to play your spouse in a movie?
Oh, who would you cast? Oh, I just said who would be cast to play your spouse in a movie, and I was like, everybody always says Tom Cruise.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I love me some Tom Cruise. So I put, and I don't know why, but maybe it's just like your most recent glasses or what, but I was thinking Tina Fey would be really good.
Okay.
She's so great. Who are you thinking?
Audrey Hepburn.
That was the one that I was like, if it was who Sarah wanted, you know? Yeah, she's a classy lady.
Anyway, that's
I guess I didn't really think of dead people though.
I know. Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
if it's alive or deceased, does it have to? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Question 14. Who hogs the bed covers?
Me, obviously.
You and you. All right. So, question 15. When your spouse leaves you a home, and I hope, and I'm going to interrupt myself. I hope everyone listening is thinking about if if you've got a roommate or a spouse or whatever, like. I hope that you're going through these questions too, because these are just classic questions. When your spouse leaves you home alone, what time is it? And this is a multiple choice. Is it party time? Is it cleaning time? Or is it nap time?
Okay, so I'm supposed to answer for myself?
No, spouse. When your spouse leaves the house. When you're... No, it is. When your spouse leaves you home alone.
Okay, so I see that a lot. I mean, this is literally... it is always cleaning time.
Always cleaning time. That's what I wrote you were going to write. What is it for me when you leave me alone in the
Party
house?
time.
It's party time!
That's always what... You might do the dishes, but there's a greater likelihood
I will get the chores done if there's stuff to be done, but then, it's party time. It's party time. I'll just sit down and watch The West Wing.
That's true.
All right, question number 16. What is your spouse's most irritating behavior?
Thinking out loud.
Oh.
I always think you're talking to me, and you never are.
I'm just talking to myself.
You are always talking to yourself. Always. What was that? Oh, nothing. I was just
No.
I was just rehearsing this conversation
in my head. That's what I do. I was thinking you'd be annoyed with my phone because I'm on my phone way too much.
You are on your phone.
Yeah, I got all my socials and all that, and so.
It's funny because social media is really, truly more antisocial than anything else. So.
Ooh, that's a good line. That's good. All right, for you, I put healthy food. That's
irritating.
You have this desire to make me live longer, and.
Sorry.
It's wonderful. I do appreciate it. But if I was left to my own devices, I would eat much less healthier.
You had pizza for lunch today.
I did. It was good.
I won't deny it.
All right. So, question 17. Who would your spouse say was the, quote, better catch out of the two of you?
Me.
There's no question. No question. I remember when we first started dating, my family was so afraid I was going to mess it up. They were like, I remember one time, I don't even remember what we were fighting about, but we were like mad at each other, and my family was like, don't you mess this up, man. She is way out of your league. She's so much better. You just don't mess it up. Yeah, so I think that's easy to figure out who settled.
Settled. Yeah. Yeah.
Chapter question
Chapter 18. It feels like that many.
There's so many. 25 is too many questions.
No, I meant in life. In this life that we share after I settled.
Oh no, this is the beginning of the end. Question 18. Oh, this kid's gonna fall asleep. Oh,
staring at you.
Yeah, I thought I'm laughing too much. I keep waking him up. Question 18. How will your spouse complete this sentence? My spouse has more blank than anyone else. Is that what you put, really? My spouse has more blank than anyone else.
Yes, I said kids.
I put hats.
I knew that's what you would say about me.
You do.
My
have a lot of hats.
will say, my spouse has more hats. And that's why I said, I know you will answer this question in that way. Because I have a hat wall.
You do. I love it. And I have gotten into hats since being married to you. And I like my hats too. All right. I'm excited about this question. Question 19. In the candy bar aisle, which candy bar is your spouse most likely to choose?
Reese's.
Oh, winner. Right there. Yes. I put gummy. Anything gummy.
Yeah, that's true. You do like
win.
your trolley gummy ones.
Yeah, if there's gummy stuff. But if not, it's Reese's. For you, I put Twix.
I almost wrote Twix.
Oh, man, what'd you write?
Symphony bar.
Oh, like those fancy ones, like the chocolate bars.
They're made by Hershey's, but yeah, sure.
Are they really made by Hershey's?
Yes, they're made by Hershey.
The word symphony threw me off the
It has almonds and toffee. Only because my mom used to eat them when I was growing up, and we were never allowed to like have them. We could have like a little tiny square of them, and so I remember being like, "Ooh, this is a treat." But
interesting. I did not know.
I do like Twix bars, but yeah, I would say Symphony bar.
All right, now I know. Yeah, this one. Question 20. If your spouse were a cartoon character, which would he or she be?
I said SpongeBob because you're annoyingly optimistic. It was the only one that could come to mind.
That's amazing. I love that.
Jump out of bed into your pants and run out the door with your elbows out.
That's exactly how I am. I am SpongeBob.
That's exactly how you are.
I love that. That fits so much better. All right, so mine is not very good. I put the mom from Brave.
Oh, I couldn't even come up with one for myself because I don't know who I would say.
I just think like the mom from Brave. Maybe it's because I feel like the Craig Ferguson guy, the dad from Brave. I'm always off doing something crazy, and you're just like classy and like you're the one that's like
trying to keep everybody
the respectable person, and I'm like let's tell tales and throw things and
that's true. That's true.
The mom from Brave,
Disney
she was.
Movies, so that's good.
I don't know why I stuck to Disney.
I don't know why I
movies.
thought cartoon characters and I was thinking TV shows, so it didn't cross my mind to go into the animated movies realm.
We should dive into this more.
Yeah.
However, we're just a few more questions left. Question 21. If both of you were to be contestants on the game show Jeopardy, who would have the higher score?
Me.
Yes, that's what I put. You absolutely.
I knew you would say
down.
that I would have the higher scores.
Yeah, you are better at that kind of stuff.
Knowing random crap that nobody cares about.
And remembering stuff. I don't hang on to details and specifics. I think I could do like mystery games, or something like that. I might have an edge.
Puzzles,
like riddles and
like
puddles.
That. I don't like puddles.
Puddles.
Puzzles and puddles.
I'm tired.
Me too.
No, but so I think I'd be better when you need to be clever on the spot. But remembering knowledge and information, that's your game. That's your thing. All right, question 22. Who will your partner say led a more wild life before you got together?
Neither of us have led a wild life, but I would say maybe JJ outwardly.
Yeah, I did dumber stuff before we got together. I was more known for pulling all-nighters and doing dumb stuff in college.
In the fairly tame world.
I was going to say, as the pastor's
both of us,
kid
as the homeschooled child of
Yeah, we're not exactly your sample for edgy.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. We had a great life.
I absolutely am fine with my wild life.
Sure. All right, question 23, which is similar to the lottery question, but different. If your spouse won $100, which store would he or she go to spend it all?
You would go to H&M.
I would. Yes, I would. I would spend $100 at H&M like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. Where would you go?
Oh, you wrote my answer down, right?
I wrote Evers and Ollie.
Oh, I said Target. Oh, but Evers and Ollie is a good one. That's what I mean. That's good.
For those who don't know,
I can't say I didn't think about it when we went there the other day.
Yeah, Evers and Ollie is a new coffee shop in town in Flushing, and they basically stole my wife's Pinterest board to create that store. Like, the whole place is just chock full of all of Sarah's favorite things, and it's like they sell clothes, they sell food, they sell nutrition stuff. It's very cool. And
I sell kids clothes.
I walked in and I was like, this is everything.
He took a picture and it was like
this is your vibe right here.
It was calling to me.
Question 24. We're almost done. If your spouse were to order a pizza right now, what toppings would they put on it?
Pepperoni and sausage.
Yes. I put meat lovers, but yes. You want to guess what I put for you?
Olives and peppers.
I put salad.
That's true. Actually, that's true. I would
Then
not
you
get
would
pizza.
not like pizza.
But see, it depends on the pizza because I don't like Little Caesars or Hungry Howie's or whatever. I really like really thin, really thin,
Yep.
like
New York style.
artisan wood-fired pizza, like
Yep.
not even New York style pizza. I like the really nice, like thin crust, like
Sure.
it's got like a really good, crispy, thin, like barely there crust with like really nice gourmet toppings like spinach and artichoke on the pizza, or like chicken and like feta and black olives, or crushed garlic or roasted garlic and tomatoes, and wood-fired pizza is so good. Like, I do not like cheap
give
pizza.
Me a,
and you had Hungry Howie's for lunch, so
yes,
we're not even going to go there.
I love
would
all those
just
things.
have
You
a
pile the
Greek
meat
salad.
on. I don't care if it's a piece of cardboard. I'm happy. I love it all. All right, question 25. If your spouse could live in any city in the world, where would they live?
I couldn't come up with an answer for you, so I said you would live in Chicago.
Yeah, that was one of the three
really?
I wrote down.
Okay.
Yeah,
You probably know where I would live.
I put Paris.
That's exactly what I put.
Yeah, I knew it. You would want to live in Paris. I was a little skeptical though, because I know how you want to visit Paris.
I do, yeah.
But I don't know if you'd.
I would live in the French countryside.
There you go.
Maybe go to Provence or something like that.
Is that a place?
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like a cheese. Yeah, I'm just that little city boy. I would be cool with Chicago. Grand Rapids is the other great city we've lived in. And actually, I also wrote down Chattanooga.
Oh,
do you remember
I did
when we
Chattanooga.
visited?
That was fun.
We had a dear friend of ours who got married in Chattanooga, and we went down there for the wedding.
Tennessee is just a fun
It was
state.
awesome. It was so much fun to go down there. I was like, I'd live here. Like, this is a
that
cool
was really
city.
cool.
Although, I guess of those three, Grand Rapids is the closest to family. But Chicago, we had a great... I loved living in Chicago.
I really did. We've talked
Downtown.
before about like if we ever
yeah.
retired, like post kids,
That's where we would
and
move.
have like just go and live in Chicago. Like that would be so much fun because
Yeah.
it's just got a great vibe and everything. So
All right, everybody. I hope that you take all those questions and ask them to your spouse, because it's hilarious and it's a lot of fun to go through it, and a little bit ridiculous. But no, it was a lot of fun, and thanks for hanging in there. 25 episodes. Crazy. Yeah, give us a like, subscribe, leave us a review. We love it when people leave us actual reviews. Apparently that messes with the algorithm. It helps boost it so more people can find our ridiculous content.
yeah, thanks so much to Music Town for the use of our theme song, and don't forget to check us out on all the social medias like he mentioned. We've got all the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So
All that good stuff. So are you ready with the mom joke of the week?
yes, I am. So what do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon account?
Monkeys that share... I have no idea.
Primates. It's bad,
But it's
so good. All right, everyone.
Bye, everybody.